Hi there and welcome back to Persia, and around you, Shahanshah Pirbudak II of Qara Qoyunlu. His brother had expanded Persia, this region with the help of Pirbudak II himself. He has been and still is a general in our army and a martial educator to add to that. What are the lines he will follow to improve Persia's glory and to bring forth the dynasty? He already has a son, Sulaiman Qara Qoyunlu, who's 8 years old and a gifted administrator and excellent warrior. And he will want to leave him something stable behind, as he's also nearing an age where it becomes a little bit dangerous, especially on the battlefield. At 42, he wouldn't probably recover from a bad wound in these times that quickly. So he will, as his martial educator trait says, probably only start one-sided wars. And what will you also do? He'll of course root out corruption. There's no question to that. What else will he want to do? He's a gifted diplomat as well. And given his high diplomatic skill and his very high military skill as well, being that he's a martial educator, he would probably concentrate on one of the areas. So as soon as possible, he will not concentrate on administrative power anymore, but he will just remove the focus. So that's he's not focused on anything. He's more like wanting to balance at least these two out, and this will follow then as well. Then there are some decisions to make for him. And still we want to look at this, because Safid Alwand has just been hired. And maybe he's known her. He's maybe a little bit romanced her, because she was, in our story, maybe the one who set an end to his brother's ways as a sinner. In a quarrel about natural science, he may have entered her bedroom, because he had a quarrel with the one before her. And so in a strange mix of circumstances, he died in a sporting accident, whatever that means. So what else is going to come for Pirbudak II in the decisions? Now, he has the Witchcraft Act. His brother has introduced that to stabilize the country, and he'll keep that. And as he wants to stabilize the country, he'll also denounce sect practices and enforce religious unity. And under the influence of Safid Alwand, who is new here and a brilliant scientist, also wants the Islamic Center of Scholarly Learning. Wants to introduce that. Then royal marriage offer from the Ottomans is coming in, and probably he doesn't want, in that situation, he doesn't want a conflict with the Ottomans. After such a great war and the decisive battle he fought himself, so he's very invested in this, he would want stability to recover the country, and probably something that his brother has not done is build a lot of barracks and maybe regimental camps to increase the power of the country. But he will certainly accept the royal marriage offer of the Ottomans. And as that is going on, it's gained a new Khanum, Gülfem Osmanoglu, so very, very much connected to the Ottomans still, and a young and beautiful woman. She's a good administrator and diplomat, and at least does know about swords and knives. She will hold the regency for his son, Suleiman Qara Qoyunlu, who is just great, just in case anything happens. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to have that in general. Now, his favorites would be probably among the emirs and maybe also among the merchant guilds. And one a dream of his would probably be to have more land and more influence in the Persian Gulf, which means he will likely improve the fleet and build some caravels to add to that. With a newfound money, he will use the financial discipline that his brother has introduced, and he'll only build things when over 500 treasury, as the land has grown a lot. Question is, would he invite minorities from abroad? Probably not in this position. There's no sign he would do that. He would just want to go for the unrest to go away. And that's probably his main thing. New ideas, he would tend into the military or the diplomatic ideas. And he would probably use drill for the armies, because you never know when something happens. He'll also not shut down the military maintenance completely. Maybe half it here or something like that. Something like that, maybe. Then he'll set these to train, to drill. What he also wants to do when we reach that 500 mark is expanding the land forces to their rightful limit. And maybe now we could at least mothball some fortresses. This one is maybe not needed. Then the one in Tabriz can be shut down to normal size. Cars, it's going to be very unlikely we're going to be attacked in cars. The same goes for Mosul. And also Baghdad, right? That is out of the question. And if we look at it closely, probably also Qazwin. So near the newer provinces, we will have these fortresses. And he would also likely go for new fortresses to build, as that is something his military skill tells him should be done. And what would he choose there? He would probably choose to eliminate one of the castles here. Maybe not the one in Isfahan, because that's just such a great and traditional city. Maybe the one in Abaruk, and then continue here into the other mountainous regions. Maybe Burjand will receive one, and Darab would or Laristan rather would be a good choice. So, all that talking, right? Let's continue our ways now. He'll probably go for the pet peeve of him first, and that's the ships. Or rather the armies, we don't know. We don't know. Probably rather the armies, right? Being a martial educator, he would rather improve the armies. And he has also to choose the Shaykh al-Islam, and he is not He's also relying mostly on loyalty. So he's not tending into any direction of the Islam and the influence of his brother. And so he'll let be elected the foremost and most loyal mufti to the position. We're married from Ardabil, of course. We'll have that going on. And now I might want his own army to get a little bit of troops. Maybe some cannons. Yeah. As I said, when we reach the 500, we'll invest something always. That is like the magic mark. Pirbudak II and the Persian people. The ascension of Pirbudak II has been very well received by the Azerbaijani people in our empire, but the Persian view their new Shahanshah with some distrust. To them, he's in many ways a man of strange customs and foreign mannerisms. What? Oh, 2 unrest for 7 years? The Persian provinces. That is not good. That is not good. Still, though, he will start the conversions. Oh, in Granay. Nothing in Granay. Then Laristan. And Kerman. And what? A third? We have a third missionary even. And send him to Berjand. The unrest will go off the charts, probably. So, seeing that, he'll increase the army maintenance. And we can embrace colonialism right now. But it would be costly, very costly. And he's not like the one for technology, maybe. He's not a scholar as his brother was. That's not part of his plan for now. He wants to stabilize the country and increase the military. Makuria. Oh, they're at war with the Mamluks. Actually, not this time. Pedreros. Yeah, they could also use Pedreros here. And maybe infantry would be good. Let's build some infantry here. And here we could also have some infantry. Granay also in our patrimony. Very good. So that Pedrero was added, then let's add maybe some more. That and of that. We've got to be watchful because some of these provinces are really low on supply. Like in theory, Abarok, right? Isfahan is much better. No, it is not. These are all mountains provinces. We might go to like Badalangay, but that is too dangerous for now. We'll have to see what we do there. What? Al-Khatif. And we have a revolt. High taxes and cultural and religious differences have caused unhappiness among our citizens. If this continues, it will drastically affect the stability of our nation. In Al-Khatif. Either unrest. We already have unrest in Al-Khatif. Or lowered taxes. Yeah, maybe that would be good, right? We'll lower that taxes. Some stability. We shall also look into granting them more autonomy, maybe, for the time of this unrest. Kerman. A little bit more, right? A little bit more. This won't hurt. Hopefully. Yeah, that looks much better, even though it's still terrible a bit. Just grant them the authority. And we can make new states now. Now let's see. Bahrain to Baristan. What would be something... What is Farsa? That is Farzistan. Farzistan is a state. And we have made that state already. This is the Gulf Coast. And Laristan and Bandar Langay belong to it. And we're really interested in the Gulf Coast. So we will make the Gulf Coast a state. I mean, that's something we'd like to do. Let's see, Laristan is still being converted. But we could go for the centralization effort as a start here. To decrease the autonomies. And then we have Kerman. Kerman's a state. And Birjand is a state. And these are also the directions where we want to expand on. Like here also Bahrain would be perfect. So Bahrain will be made a state. With the centralization effort. And then is that all? No, we can still make Kerman and Birjand states. Yes, let's make that a state. Yeah, that not anymore, but that's not terrible. And we'll make them cause. There we go. The Khorazani separatists are terribly big. But we want long-term stability, so we may have to fight them. Recall the diplomat from Shirvan and may send him to Ardabil. And then still increase the infantry department here. Also here. Kerman and Birjand have been converted as well, and now only Granay and Rafsanjan rest to be converted. We can soon embrace colonialism, which would be a great effort for our technology costs, and will increase our trade modifier. But question is, would he do that? He's not like the scholar, the progressive one like his brother was. He'll probably sit this out, and if he wants to improve a technology, maybe then he'd go for that. And now, Haider Ansari, a master recruiter. Be our new man. Will cost us 27, but that's okay. Yeah, that's a man more to the liking of the Shahanshah Pir Budak II. And Shervan also wants royal marriage. And we're attracting the right people by assisting our nobles in confining... What? In confining the serfs to their lands, we have greatly enriched the landed aristocracy. A wealthy nobility is one that can devote time to life's higher pursuits, and the lesser sons of any house of respect will count a great number of loyal and able artists, administrators, or other men of equality among their scions. Some are quite eager to pay the state back for the service it has done to their families. Oh! A great diplomat we could get. And Sistan accepted our irresistible proposal of annexation. We have incorporated Sistan into our country, gained prestige. And yeah, integration is a slow process. Still, though. Sistan. Actually, the state of Sistan is still a little bit away from what we might do, but Kerman is currently working on an administrative effort, and Rafsanjan is Sunni. Let me see. Ah, that's being converted right now, yes. Declining power of the emirs. As both influential landowners and the traditional warrior class in our state, the emirs have not fared well lately. What? Through a combination of excessive infighting and poorly coordinated power plays, the emirs have lost influence in Tabriz and may have retired to their properties in the countryside. Oh, well then. That's not good for you, I guess. What do we have here? Persian culture, Persian claims, cannot be lost. Ah, that's something. The same is the case here. And Haza will be a next target for our efforts to control the Gulf. So we'll build a spy network here. Oh, there. What's with the first army here? Ah, that's okay. Yeah. That is the former Sistan army. And now we've, I think, improved the military a bit. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we can stay like that for now. Maybe it's time to go to other preferences. Once we've got the money for it, that is. Also, let's have a look. Yeah, we can remove the national focus from the administrative power, which we'll do. And then, let's see. Got no corruption, and we've got global trade now. Wow, things are happening. Goods have been moved across continents since antiquity, but where this was previously limited to a set number of routes and goods, such as the manufactured goods of India and China finding their way across the Indian Ocean and along the Silk Road, all trade is now increasingly becoming part of a greater world network. With the discovery of the Americas sea routes around Africa and the crossing Pacific Ocean, local trade networks are being connected into one world-spanning interconnected web. Silver mined in the Andes is now being boxed and taken via Europe all the way to China and India. Iron mined and wrought in Scandinavia is being sold in West Africa by English merchants, and others are making a fortune just distributing cloth and spices within the Southeast Asian trade sphere. Local Indian merchants are investing in future European trade ventures. It may still be early to speak of truly global economy, but surely the first seeds have been sown. And we're becoming increasingly backwards. What shall we do? We should protect our brethren in Hofuf. That may be something we look out for. Hofuf. As this is one of our goals now. And seeing this is one of our goals, we should maybe state this too. These are provinces of vital interest. This is what we view. Provinces of interest. The next expansion may go this way. Age of Reformation is soon ending. We have enough splendor for a new ability soon, but just know. Just know. Another conversion was successful. Now let's have a look. Where could we invest something? I mean, the next thing he would do would probably be invest in barracks. That is most wisely done in Marrakesh, eh? 1,800 men? That's crazy. What could we further do to stabilize the country? He'd probably boost the stability too. And we can purchase another ability, but must we do that? It would probably not be wise. I mean, we could do something like that, but no. The military schools will serve our country well. This stability boost has caused the rebel factions to decrease massively, which in turn will lead to us decreasing the army maintenance massively. They are still drilling, and that will cost us, but we'll save up a little bit. Just a little bit. There's mutual respect now between the Ismaili and Hanafi, the Ismaili scholars that have come to us. There have never been any theological differences worth a real conflict between the Ismaili and Hanafi schools, and both customs often exist side by side. A long-lasting cooperation between the Persian Ismaili and the Hanafi Ottoman states has, however, led to a new era of mutual understanding and respect. Very good, very good. Yeah, the time of prosperity is coming. After the visionary reforms of Pirbudak I, now comes the golden times of Pirbudak II. Eastern Black Sea. Ethiopia at war with... why do they want that? I don't know. Taking Tun. Oh, Afghanistan has eaten up Khorasan. Afghanistan is a very powerful state now too. And maybe this is a sign that we should expand our fortresses One could be built in Burjand. That castle here could be built in Burjand. Burjand and Bam are really good places to build these. The age of the Reformation is ending soon, and yeah, I mean, we need to increase our treasury now because we need to embrace the institutions. Now that's not something that would be done by Pirbudak II. That's something that would be done by his son, probably. And for now, we're making a short pause. At least I'm making a short pause. We'll see each other in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and happy gaming to you. Come to Persia again for some adventures, and happy gaming.